If you're car enthusiast like myself and enjoy driving cool cars like this 100 series Land Cruiser, for instance, but you don't have the budget of the Land Cruiser and your budget looks more like the budget of the PT Cruiser, does that mean you can't drive cool cars and enjoy your life? Not at all. What if I told you there are plenty of cool cars you can buy for the budget of the PT Cruiser, a few $1,000s, and get a lot of admiration at your local Cars and Coffee? And in this video, that's exactly what we're gonna do. I'm gonna buy myself a cool car that I can show off with for the budget of the PT Cruiser. By the end of this video, I will give you the list of many cool, life-changing cars that you can buy for $5,000 or less. Let's go.
So I'm on a mission to buy myself a new daily driver, and I'm gonna document the whole process step by step so you can do the same thing. And I've been doing it for so many years now, and it's been life-changing. So many great people that I met because of these cars, and so many great opportunities came my way again because of these cars. And here's 4 things that I am looking for in my new daily driver, and I've been doing this again for so many years. Consider this, if you will, a criteria that has to be met for me to make the car a new daily driver. Number 1 is to stay within the budget. My typical budget for daily driver is around $5,000. Here and there a little bit, maybe $700 more or less is fine. It's not that much money, but for that price you can buy so many great cars that can actually change your life. For instance, my latest 2 daily drivers were the E38 BMW 7 Series, the most beautiful sedan ever made. I would get so many compliments, so many people every time I would go and pump the gas would approach me, talk to me and all of that. So many friends admire that car, and to be honest, the E38 BMW 7 Series really helped to monetize my YouTube channel. So because of that car, now I'm a full-time YouTuber. But my actual latest car that I bought after the E38 was the 2nd generation Jaguar XK, this beautiful convertible from Jaguar. That car was so beautiful, and I bought it for $5,500, and it was so much of the car for that little money, and the leverage is just insane. So now you're probably getting the gist of the cheap price for the car, but having massive leverage. That's exactly what I mean. It's about meeting cool people because you have an attention grabber of a car, and also because of this car, so many great opportunities might come your way. Now, the second criteria would be the clean history, clean title, and predictable ownership of this car. Obviously, you notice I'm talking mostly about European cars, and they are challenging to own, which is fine with me, but it could be really challenging if you don't know the history of the car, the past, and how it was maintained for the most part. That's why I'm looking for 1 or 2 owner examples so I can have that peace of mind despite the fact that these cars are known to be unreliable. The third thing that I'm looking for my daily driver, it has to be cool and somewhat rare. In modern days, when all of the cars, basically newer cars, look the same old bloppy, same shape, same 3-4 colors, it became so boring. And now the bar is so low to stand out of this modern car world. All you have to do is just buy some cool older car in cool color, and that's it. You get all the attention. And the 4th thing that I'm looking for my daily driver personally, because I do YouTube, is challenge to own the vehicle for content purpose, for the storytelling. Because if I were to buy something Japanese, even though it might be cool, maybe something like NA or NB Miata or Honda Prelude, those are cool cars, but for 1, they're pretty easy to own. That means there's not gonna be a lot of drama to own them. For 2, I'm only gonna be cool among other car nerds and car geeks. Basically, I'm only gonna appeal to car enthusiasts, not to world generally speaking. And with these cars that I am about to share with you later in this video, the list of cool cars that can be life-changing for you, I'm mostly referring to cars that are appealing to general public. Having cool enthusiast car is great, obviously, but for my daily, I want something that gets all of the attention on the road. That is my personal preference. Yes, a lot of you questioning this, why would you buy something unreliable, which I already explained. Yes, for the same budget, I can go and buy something older and really reliable like Camry or Accord, but now I'm appealing to really no one. I'd rather go and buy an NA or NB Miata in that sense, but no, I'm not even going that route. And you might be questioning, why would you do that? I already gave you many reasons why I'm going this route, but if I were to buy a Camry or Accord, I would just blend in and become average. And unfortunately, average doesn't get a lot of prizes in this world. By just having a cool car, even if it's cheap, but the perception is expensive and cool and unique, you can open up a lot of doors of opportunities and also meet a lot of great people. Again, in modern world, it is not that hard to stand out on the road for a very small budget like we are talking in this video. Now, before I give you the list of all the cool cars that can change your life, let's go and find me a new car. We're on our way to go and check out the Jaguar XJ. Those Jaguars are really cool. They age, I think, really well. They're old school, obviously, kind of vintage looking, but they're always going to be the piece of conversation everywhere you go. And the one I'm looking at is this one. It might be really hard to see, but it has the rear, really rare reddish green metallic color. And it's in Tucson. We're coming from Phoenix. It's only 100 miles away or so. My friend Caden actually helping me, who is a car enthusiast himself and aspiring car flipper, which I absolutely love. Young generation has some hope.
This guy knows his stuff.
So he's helping me. We're on our way in this cool PT Cruiser, and it's just beautiful. Look at this. Look at the landscape. I'm excited to see this British green metallic XJ. I mean, Jaguars are known for being unreliable, obviously, but still being very cool. But this generation, the X308 model of XJ Jaguar generation, is somewhat reliable with good V8 power. So let's see what's gonna happen with this car and what we're dealing with.
Your mom bought it originally, you said, right?
Oh, she's the second owner.
Oh, she's the
She
second
worked for
owner.
a doctor that
Okay.
owned it, he and his wife, and he sold it to her, and she's the second owner.
Yeah, it's a beautiful color. What about the rear one that says Jaguar? There's one missing I saw in the pictures. Do you see
I think
that one?
that's gone.
That's gone,
Yeah.
okay. And this because it was parked under
Yeah,
the
so
carport,
she
it was
parked in,
exposed.
That's where it got cooked.
I see. Yeah, it even has the rear heated seats, huh?
Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah, I can.
You see that?
What is
smoking
leaking?
a little? So
So,
plastic. So Eric, I haven't had him in the shop. So
Okay.
he replaced him a little while ago. How's that look?
yeah, it's on minimum for sure.
This is all the maintenance. Air conditioning works.
Good.
This would be a neat car to, it really cruises well because it's got big wheels on it and they're really smooth. Let me see when
Is it?
Ooh, motorcycle.
Ah.
Oh man.
Oh,
So motorcycle with another motorcycle.
Or somebody,
wow, that guy
somebody
was
else hit the motorcycle.
not alive.
Yeah, all right, 2,000, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, sir.
Good?
Good.
All right then. So
You can call the car the Ghost of Winnette.
goes the window. So she got it from the original owner, right? The doctor. Wow. That was a big deal, huh, back then? That's incredible. Very, very cool. Well, I'm glad. Okay. I'm excited. We got the car for $2,000. And as I was doing the walkthrough and testing the car and talking to the seller, at least a couple people approached us and gave us some compliments. This car is a attention grabber, and that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to pay very little money to get massive leverage. So now everywhere I go, especially once it's fixed, this car gonna just be a piece of conversation every time, because I mean, you don't see cars like this around. A lot of them don't survive, obviously, because it's Jaguar, and this car has some issues, but it's fully drivable, and I'm hoping we're gonna get back to Phoenix, no problem. And then obviously you saw it needs some paint correction. Probably gonna paint the whole back of it, and then engine leaking oil, but it's fully drivable. It drives fine, it stops, accelerates well, it feels really good. I mean, I love driving this thing. It drives really nice. It feels really great. It is pretty quiet inside. The engine sounds pretty healthy to me, even though it leaks. And then there's one light is on the gauge cluster, which is the ABS. Not a big deal, but everything else seems pretty fine. Interior is amazing quality. Even heated seats work amazing. And all the window switches, the sunroof works. There's not much to say for a car that is this good looking for $2,000. This is exactly a car hacking in its essence. All right, we made it from Tucson, 120 miles or so without any issues. It did really well and it was so enjoyable to drive. Now, before I give you the list of cool cars that can be life-changing for you, let me give you the quick tour now since I got it and show you what's wrong with it. And since I had it for now a couple hours driving it back, now I can tell what exactly is wrong with it. But from my standpoint as a car user, not from mechanical, I'm gonna have a mechanic in the next episode to start fixing everything that needs to be fixed. Let me give you a quick tour. My God, I can't get enough of the beauty of this car. Even the keys look so classy. Look at that. Look at that. Anyway, let me point out at some things and give you the overall condition so I understand what I'm dealing with here to revive this car. So the first thing obviously you notice immediately is this poor condition of this beautiful, beautiful ass. Oh my God, so sad. And then there's this missing emblem, which I'm pretty sure something that eBay can always help me to solve. On the other side, the emblem is there. So we're gonna obviously take care of this. And then tires look really good. Wheels look really good. There's no curb rush on any of them. I checked. And then there's this missing emblem on the side, which I unfortunately have it in the glove box. And then obviously the beautiful front end and paint condition is overall really good. There's some scratches and some dinks, but nothing that Magic Mike cannot help me to remove, right? You guys familiar with Magic Mike from 3K2 Exotic? Then obviously this flying cat up front. I wish modern cars had something like that. It's just so beautiful. Anyway, that's the condition of the exterior. So besides having that being annoying, it's overall really good. And then on the inside, the overall condition is very nice and clear. Let me get you on the other side because we're fighting against the sunlight here. This V8, look at that. Yeah, so the condition overall is acceptable. Obviously, there's always going to be something that needs attention, but again, this is a 22-year-old car now. But all of the buttons, the window switches surprisingly work, which is not expected in an old Jaguar. And then even sunroof opens, believe it or not. And the leather is pretty solid. There's some cracks, but not a big deal. And in the back, same thing. This car is very well equipped. It has the rear heated seats even, which was a pretty expensive option back then. And then most importantly, it has the full predictable ownership history. All of these stack of records, both like this one is from the original owner who was the doctor. There's literally massive stock, like literally from the day one, all of the ownership history apparently was documented. And this is from the second owner, the family that bought it from that original owner who was the doctor, and the books and all of that. So it was very well taken care of for the most part. But last couple of years, when the second owner passed away, unfortunately, the lady who bought this car from the doctor, this car wasn't really used anymore. So it was sitting for the probably last 4 or 5 years. It was barely driven, and that is why we have some oil leaks underneath this beautiful hood here. So we're gonna take care of that in the next episode. I'm gonna have my wonderful mobile mechanic, and there you go. Now you see the condition of the cool Jaguar that I bought for $2,000. All right, now is the moment I will give you the list of coolest cars that you can buy for $5,000 or less that will give you massive perception and leverage for such little money. And I'm prepared for it. I took some time to come up with this list, and most of these cars I actually own. So I have this list on my phone, and we're gonna start with car number 5, which is the original Cayenne, the 955/957 generation. I made a couple videos actually on it, on the ownership and how this car changed the world and why it's the hero of luxury car world. You definitely should check out the video, but those cars are really reliable. They're underrated. They're so cool. You get a lot of compliments, all for around $5,000. I personally bought mine for like $4,800 from the original owners, and I will tell you all of the story in that video. I will link that video, a couple of them actually, in the description. And we're moving to the next car, which is the W219 Mercedes CLS 550. I also own that car. I actually owned 2 of them, and it's an incredible car, bulletproof powertrain. It looks so amazing. It's the car that started the 4-door coupe revolution. It was the first car that actually popularized it, and it's just wonderful. It's beautiful, it's powerful, it gets so many compliments everywhere you go. That's another life-changing car. I made a video again. I will link that in the description. The next car on the list, which I also owned, is L322 Range Rover with 4.2, very important, 4.2 V8 from Jaguar. It's a supercharged engine. It's a lot more powerful than HSE version of the same car with the unfortunate 4.4 V8 from BMW that was not reliable. A 4.2 V8 from Jaguar, it is the most reliable Jaguar engine ever made. Actually, the 4.0 in this Jag is derived from this Jaguar, the 4.2 version. This one has 4.0, which is somewhat reliable, but 4.2 is fully refined. It's a lot more powerful, and it's really bulletproof. So that car definitely will get all the attention, and you can pick up those for around $5,000 for sure. I picked up mine for like 42, I believe. And all it needed is just replacing some air struts. And the next car is the E63 and E64 Generation 6 series. I had one of those. It was a wonderful car. I bought it for under $5,000. It would get lots of compliments. Mine had the wheels from, it had the package, M6 package, but it wasn't true M6, which I was grateful for because those V10 M6s are really, really pain in the ass to own. But that car, it still looks like a $100,000 car, but you can buy it for so cheap and you can get all the compliments you want. The next car is a lot more reliable, probably the most reliable on this list. It is the first generation Infiniti FX, not the 35, but 45 with a V8. So it's powered by 315 horsepower version of the 4.5 liter V8, and it coupled with a 5-speed automatic transmission. It does 0 to 60 in 6.3 seconds, which at a time when it came out, it was the quickest production SUV, believe it or not. It was faster than the BMW 4.6 liter V8 or the Mercedes ML55 AMG, its competitors. It was faster than those cars. It was unbelievable, and it's such a beautiful car, and it's reliable. And I owned one, and I bought it again for under $5,000. I enjoyed it for about 6 months. It was so fun to own. Again, it's a very kind of understated, but it's so elegant and powerful. It sounds delicious, and you get, again, a lot of compliments. The next car that never really became valuable, which is unfortunate, it is the R129 Mercedes SL 500. They made from 1990 to 2002. It's an iconic roadster. It boasts timeless design. It's luxurious on the inside, and obviously has the legendary build quality from those times from 90s and 2000s when Mercedes used to feel really firm. It's just beautiful, delicious kind of quality. And it's got the V8 5.0 with 315 horsepower, which is a lot for such a small vehicle. And it just looks so good. And you can pick it up for around $5,000 all day, every day. So that's the list. That's the main list. Most of these cars, like I said, I personally own. I tested them all, and it's wonderful. And again, I owned most of these. It was a wonderful experience owning these. The amount of people that I would get approaching me, and then the amount of people that would basically invite me somewhere because I was driving one of these cars is insane. It might sound unbelievable or even ridiculous to you that these cars can attract some attention, but in modern world, again, when it doesn't take that much to stand out of the car world, as modern cars are kind of looking. I am telling you, I experience that every time I drive one of these cars, and now I got the Jaguar, which will get even more attention. I know that for a fact. It's just insane that for around $5,000 with one of these cars, you can get so much attention. And again, attention is the new oil. And I will give you a couple more options, honorable mentions, if you will. If you want to go the route of not general public, but more like car enthusiasts and get their attention, you can go for around $5,000 for some pretty cool cars like NA Miata, NB Miata, or maybe Honda Prelude. You can find them with maybe higher miles for around $5,000, and you can get some respect from car communities for sure. And then another one that I definitely should mention is the XK Jaguar. That was the golden era of Jaguar. That's exactly when the XJs were coming out as well. And that XK8 is actually a very cool looking car. In fact, it's so beautiful. The filmmakers of James Bond movies decided to have it in their movies. And that says a lot. The 007 cars are usually always classy and elegant and beautiful. And adding even more to the specialness of the XK8, it was actually built on the same platform as the Aston Martin DB7. That's crazy. And it shares some similar looks. And again, it's insane you can pick up one of those cars for such little money. And then there's the second generation of the same car, which I personally own for a little over $5,000. And that car is even more beautiful. Well, there you go. You have the wonderful list of wonderful cars that can do wonders in your life. Now, this is the very first video of Jaguar journey, my journey of owning this cool old school Jaguar in this rare, stunning color. Yes, it cost me only $2,000 to buy this car, and brand new back in the days in 2003, this car in base price cost almost $57,000, which in today's money equates to almost $97,000. And this specific car got a lot of options, very expensive options. This color alone, I think from what I found on the internet, it costs around $7,000 to $8,000 just to pick this color as an option. So this was equipped to well over $100,000 in 2003 money. And it's so insane that today you can buy this cool relic of a car for only $2,000. And the obvious reason would be the cost of ownership of these cool cars. So in the next video of Jaguar series, I'm gonna have my wonderful mobile mechanic come by and give me the whole list of everything that is wrong with this car. We're gonna order some parts and see how much it's gonna cost to put this car reliably back on the road. Also, we're gonna find out how much it's gonna cost me to repaint this poor, beautiful ass of this Jaguar, because it is not looking that good. I'll be giving you all of the numbers, how much it's gonna cost me to revive this car back, and I'm gonna document my ownership of this cool Jaguar. Meanwhile, I'm doing another cool, way bigger challenge on YouTube called 3K to Exotic, where I'm going from a $3,000 cheap car all the way until I buy the Lamborghini Gallardo. And if you haven't seen any videos of 3K to Exotic challenge yet, check them out here. And I'll see you in the next one.